Hey everybody, this is Rick Such from Inside MusiCast, and I'm sitting alongside a couple of amazing cats, literally. This is David Garfield.
Hello.
And this is Alex, is it Ligertwood?
Ligertwood.
Ligertwood, you know, I've heard it pronounced about 6 different ways.
Now you got the original pronunciation.
That's right. We just witnessed an amazing concert here in Indianapolis, and you know, you guys kind of brought a little LA to the Midwest.
Oh yeah.
I felt like I was sitting at the baked potato tonight.
Definitely, we brought it. We brought it. Yeah.
We don't get that out here too often, so it's a real pleasure to have you guys here tonight. You know, what brings you to Indianapolis and Cleveland and St. Louis here in the dead of winter in February?
Well, I'm really grateful that Alex came with me. We've been playing in Cleveland for a while now because my mom lives up there.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of visiting, and we started playing there, and they actually really like us up in Cleveland. There's a radio program that supports us, and there was a huge Brian Auger contingency up there, so we were able to bring Alex up there a few times, and then this time we added to the Cleveland weekend, we added St. Louis and Indianapolis to make it a whole Midwest tour.
Cool. Do you get out this way very often?
Well, more and more. You know, if everything keeps going the way it is, we'll probably come back here every year. You know, so. Tell
me about this. You know, I was surprised when I saw the bill and I saw it was you and Alex. I was thinking maybe it's just the two of them, but you had a full band here tonight. And tell me about these players you had with. They're really incredible.
Well, what happened is I've been playing in St. Louis a little bit too. That's where I'm originally from. And Jim Stevens, the saxophone player, came out to my gig, sat in with me. We hooked up, and then he invited me to play and introduced me to the other musicians, the drummer James Jackson and the bass player John King. And we did one gig, I think it was in October last year. I played St. Louis with George Benson, and they arranged for me to stay over and do a gig with them downtown St. Louis, and it was a huge success. The band was great, so I really like these guys. I'm going to keep them in the loop for other things, even national gigs, you know, but this is the first time Alex got to work with them. What do you think, Alex?
Oh, man, they're great. They're excellent musicians, you know.
I mean,
it was like, you know, we did a little rehearsal this afternoon, but it was like we'd been playing together for a while.
Well, that's what I thought. Just watching the show tonight, it felt like
the whole vibe, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like you guys have been playing together forever. I mean,
I know, it's amazing. We've been doing a lot more of things where Alex and I will go out and play with musicians in different countries, different cities, because sometimes they can only bring the two of us, or you know.
Yeah.
And actually, it's really cool. It's just we're doing more and more every year. Like now, after this Midwest run, we're going to Russia for 4 nights.
Wow.
We're going to be at the Triumph of Jazz Festival, and other band there is going to be Trombone Shorty, who's really hot.
Yes.
He's on the bill too, so we're honored to be a part of that. Then we're going to go to Java Jazz Festival as a special package with Alex, myself, and Gerald Albright, an all-star package.
Very nice. Now, Alex, of course, you know, you're really a lot of what you're known for is your tenure with Santana.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I think that was a run from 79 to 84, is that right?
79
I mean, 94.
94, yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, it was a great run, man. It was, you know, fantastic band, you know.
Yeah. And of course, you know, you had some hits like Hold On and Winning.
Yep, yeah, Hold On, Winning, All I Ever Wanted.
Yes.
It was a top 20 hit too, so, you know, I was very fortunate and I was blessed. You know, I actually got the gig through friends. And that's generally how that works.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some friends will recommend you, and I just happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Those are some good friends.
Yeah, I got some great musician friends. You know, thank you.
Are you still in touch with Carlos? I mean, do you ever work with him?
I haven't talked to Carlos in a while, but I'm in touch with a lot of the other guys, and they were in the band with me when I was there. The band went through so many changes, and there's really only a couple of guys left in the band from my tenure there. You know, so.
Now, what are you doing now? I mean, I know you're still based in Los Angeles, correct?
I'm based in L.A. I kind of split my time now between L.A. and Paris because I have a lot of things going over for me in Europe and France, and I have a band over there. I work with David constantly, and
right, I know
so
that.
I have the best of both worlds, you know. So I'm extremely happy and blessed, you know.
That's fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure watching you tonight, and you know, the first time I saw you perform was probably back in the late '90s, and it was at the Baked Potato in L.A. Not the original Baked Potato, but the other one.
Yeah.
And it was Lenny Castro's birthday, and it was a gig where it was Steve Lukather, it was David.
Oh, it must have been a jam.
Yeah, it was a jam. It was John Pena and of course Lenny Castro that was up there, and it was the first time I witnessed you live, and it was a great experience.
Wow, man, thank you. Well, I'm glad you remember it.
It was a while back. They said you had fun, right?
In fact, that's the first time I ever sang with David was at the old Baked Potato.
Okay.
We had gotten to know each other through Steve Ferroni,
Yeah.
who we were mutual friends with, and I went down to the Baked Potato one night, and David says, you want to come up and sing a song? So I went, sure. And it's history. You know, that's it. It's been history ever since.
That's such a great place. It's such a great place to see shows.
You know, it was the Big Potato. There's so many great musicians went through there. You know, it has a lot of history in Los Angeles.
You know, I have a horrible analogy here, but you know, the Super Bowl was just here in Indianapolis this past week, and you know what I was thinking about is, you know, athletes are at their prime when they're younger. But when it comes to you guys, watching you guys here tonight, I mean, you've been around, you've been playing forever, and you just keep getting better and better.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. You know, it's been a blessed life. You know, both Alex and I got to be around people like Miles Davis and, you know, Weather Report. You know, music, it's amazing that a lot of people these days don't get to see. But before I forget, I want to remind you that we just came out with something new, the Mike Porcaro solo project.
I was going to talk to you about that.
You're going to mention that because it's the most like what we do here with Alex, and it just came out. And, we're real happy about that. Yeah. I mean, well, you have any questions about that?
Well, that was a live show shot in Germany. I mean, recorded in Germany, correct?
Yeah, we. But it took us 9 years to actually get it finished. But the reason I mention it is because that's the most that Alex and I have ever done together on that record. So
very cool.
You know. And
then also, just going back about 4 or 5 months ago, George Benson's album was released that you had produced, arranged, and you performed on.
Guitar Man.
Yeah, Guitar Man, and that's a great album, and it's a bunch of classics like Michael Jackson classics and the Beatles, interesting arrangements of Beatles and Stevie Wonder tunes.
Thank you, man. Well, the one song, Lady in My Life, is #1 on the Billboard chart right now, so we're thrilled about that. But that was a blessing. I've loved working with George, and I've learned a lot from him, and you know, he's been great to me.
Alex and David, thank you so much for hanging out with us here tonight. And
appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, no problem. And we'll catch you down the road. Hopefully we'll do another show with you sometime in the future.
Anytime.
All right.